Doesn't just happen. It's a choice to offer. Good evening, and welcome to Sweet Blessings, the Anna L. Brothers Show and Podcast, where we inspire, we encourage, and we empower people to live a healthier lifestyle. So, this evening, or the purpose, let me go about the purpose of this podcast, is to provide workshops, speakers, and guests who are just ordinary people doing extraordinary things in their life. And they have affected quite a few people's lives along the way. And I think that they have stories that need to be told when I have a guest on. However, I do workshops. I had a workshop also with three of my guests who have done crafts, and the crafts, all three of the crafts was different. So I try to provide things where um, it's very helpful in all of those areas: physical, mental, emotional, social, as well as financial. All of those areas, because it's all of those areas, the whole being of the person, and one is not good without the other. So sometimes there's going to be some ups and downs in those areas, but I try to provide knowledge, and I don't know everything. So I sometimes I have guests on and to expound on things. And though my name is Anna, and I forgot to tell you that, and I am a retired school teacher. And even though I'm a retired school teacher, I don't know everything. So, and I found that, well, I knew that out, but I think it became more prevalent to me when my mother was ill, and she had dementia. And I swear to God that I was in my 50s or maybe 60s before I really knew anything about that. And so I figured that since I didn't know, other people didn't know. And so being the teacher in me, I felt like that was my calling, and that I needed to get out and provide information to other people as well. And so that is what I'm doing. And the podcast basically kind of fell into my lap. You know, my mother always said, "You just don't ever know, um, who's going to affect your life." And so, in my life, I've been able to meet quite a few people, and someone reached out to me to be a part of the CTR Media Network. And I just want you to know that the CTR Media Network reaches over 350 million um, uh, listeners, as well as 100 million households. So it is a well known, and I'm so proud of the owner because it is Black owned as well. So as we go, I just want to, so I've been talking about a whole lot of things since the beginning of the year. We've talked about goals and all of those things. So for the month of September and August, I thought I would talk a little bit about school since everyone was going back to school this time of the year. Some of them have already started. And then I wanted to talk about the different types of schools. So I kind of broke it down to all of the different types of schools. And really and truly, I didn't know it was that many private and public schools. Okay, it's quite a few. And then I talked about the daycares as a little bit, the different varieties. And there is quite a few varieties as well in the field of early childhood education. And it's always good to know these things because you really want the best fit for your child. So before I begin, because I have a very special guest for you all this evening, but before I begin, let me do a few little housekeeping here. This is for my Facebook people. So you know that you can support me by sending stars, and stars help me earn money to to make more content as well. Now I do you come out of this. These are my this is my website. I'm going to show you my website here real quick, and it's a bit. So this is where you can go if you want, and it has my sponsorship programs there, as well as if you want to be a guest on my program, you can go there and do that. But you can also email me, and then this is my email. So if you want to email me about any questions that you might have or anything like that, that's prevalent to being on Sweet Blessings, because you might have some sweet blessings that you would like the world to know about. Um, I just asked, I'm going to put this up here too, because I always ask for people to subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is the channel that I'm really trying to, I'm trying to build them all, but that one is the newest one. I'm not really up on YouTube, and so I'm trying to build my audience. I'm doing pretty well with it. uh, with that. But if you could just subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I'm also on Facebook. I do Facebook Lives 3 times a week. Basically, those lives are with my other business, which is I'm a jewelry consultant. I'm also an educational consultant. I'm an author as well. So, and I do health. I do. I multitask at you all, as most of you all basically know. I am also on Instagram, but I do only do lives on Instagram once a week. Okay, I do that as well. There's some other things that I want to do, but I just sometimes you just cannot find the time in the day. You just can't find the time in the day to do all of those things. So hopefully this will give you things. So we're going to take a brief break, and then when I come back, I am going to introduce you to our guest, our special guest tonight, and she is Janice Bell Martin. She is the founder and CEO of Undercarrey Learning Centers. All right, we'll be right back, y'all.
CTR Media Network is now accepting new podcasters to join our growing network that's reaching 350 million global listeners. Have you heard? CTR Media Network offers podcast production, podcast training, distribution, and product placement. Book us for your next event or schedule an interview with CTR Media Network podcasters today. To learn more, go to ctrmedianetwork.com.
Well, we are back, and I am going to this is my Janice, and I'm going to bring her onto the platform in just a few moments and have her introduce herself. And she is going to tell us about, before I introduce her, I want to tell you my story with her, because we go way back. We go way back. And I told you that I'm an educational consultant, and so her daycare is one of the daycares that one of the first daycares that I mentored for the state, and I'm gonna tell you, it was in 2004, and she has come such. I'm so proud. I'm proud of her. I'm just so proud and honored that she would consider coming on. And she's going to tell you a little bit about her journey. She is a religious person, a family person. She's awesome, you all. And so, without further ado, I am going to bring on Miss Martin. Hold on. So, good evening and welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you,
Glad to have you
Anna.
on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I've told them just a little bit about my story, as far as how I know you, but tell us a little bit about you as a person first.
Okay. Yeah, those years went really fast.
I know.
They went fast when you say it that way. But I'll start. I am married. I've been married now. We just celebrated 36 years
Ooh,
to my husband Derek, and I have one daughter. Um, I am next to the youngest. I have seven siblings, four brothers, three sisters. I'm next to the baby. um, and I grew up on the south side of Chicago and with a two-parent household. So, and I always tell everybody, I'm a daddy's girl. My father passed away in 99. God bless his soul. But he was right there when we first started our business in 1996 when we opened officially. We actually started in our home, my husband and
mm-hmm.
I. But and my family has been part of this journey, all the way through. I've always had family working with me, working beside me, along with my husband, working a full-time job to help pay the bills when the business struggled.
Right, I
I
understand.
always tell everybody the first 5 years we made no money. We just put it all back in. But it's been worth the journey. It really is. We've been tremendously blessed to be able to still be in business when many other, you know, child care facilities have shut down or chose to go out of business because it's a difficult thing. But I'm enjoying the ride. I'm
Okay,
enjoying the ride.
okay. Now, I know you said a lot of other daycares and stuff have closed, uh, and you all have managed to stay open, but not only stay open but grow. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm curious as to what do you feel is your secret?
You know, I think I named the center after my mother.
Okay.
Um, and like I said, we grew up on the south side of Chicago. My parents, we had such a large family. Both my parents worked two jobs, but my mother always made time for the community. Um, we joked a lot about we always got other kids in this house. So she was always, if a child was in need or a family house caught on fire, or if we had a cousin that was moving here to go to school, or we used to joke they under Carrie's care. Here come another, that family just knew Carrie would take care of them, and
Hmm.
we just made it a joke. And so when I said I'm going to open the business, it was under Carrie's care because we were raised to just take care of everybody. And anybody who comes into our center or chooses to enroll, we want you to feel like you're family. And that's our push, and that's our goal, is to always feel like your family, somebody you can talk to about a problem, whether it's with the child care center or personal. We're going to try to help you. We're going to try to help you. We are not here to hurt or harm. We're here to help. So,
And I wanted to also say that that same quality that you all had in your upbringing, you can see that in your
that's my goal. I'm happy to hear that
yeah,
because
you
that's
can
that's my goal.
you can see that. You can see the nurturing, and I've always and I always, I always talk about you all and how proud I am of this of you all because you all have undertaken it's a hard task.
Mm-hmm.
And not only is it a hard task, but sometimes people's perception of daycares in the Black community are different. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's important to me as an educator that people are aware that there are quality and developmentally appropriate practices going on
Mm-hmm.
in the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now I know you said that I'm looking at your, bio here.
Oh,
And it says that you spearheaded the growth from serving 23 students to currently being licensed to serve over 400. And you
yes.
also have a new facility. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I know it didn't happen overnight, but
No, no, it didn't. But, um, I was in banking. I worked in Northern Trust Bank for I think 12 years before I left. And when I left, I started tutoring at home. I was tutoring, and my aunt had a center in the city. I would go and volunteer, and I would help her, help the students, and do things like that in my free time. And then I would come home and I would tutor. And it kind of went into after school care. And then, a friend had a child, another friend had a child, until we had like I was taking care of like 10 kids in the home. And then my husband said, "Okay, that's enough. They got to pass away to go." And we looked upon a small facility, and that's where we started. My intention was to stay that small facility because I enjoy spending that time with those children when they were in my home. We had breakfast, lunch, we had dinner. It wasn't just a weekday; it was more like a family.
Mm-hmm.
I need to go back a little bit. When I left the bank, I had a loss. I lost two sons, one with pneumonia and one had a heart defect. And so after that, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this business stuff anymore. I'm just going to stay home for a while. And then it kind of grew from there. And but I just believe in loving on everybody. So when we opened the small facility in 96, and we grew so fast. And then an opportunity came. The old post office closed up. And the guy that owned the post office building contacted me and asked that I wanted. And I was like, sure.
That's
So
God.
he worked out this wonderful deal with me because nobody was lending. and and he let me pay him rent for 2 years and said, okay, I'll help you get a loan in 2 years. But I want you to give me a loan to pay me off in 2 years. And it worked out that I was able to do that. And so we went from that 23 on up to 74. And every few years we grew up a little bit more and a little bit more. So this new facility, I went to rent classrooms. I did not go to buy. I was trying to make my life easier because I had went to 4 buildings, 4 directors, 4 different sets of staff. And it's difficult. It's really difficult to grasp the program and the people and try to make everybody move in the same direction. Because we hire, fire, because I want people that genuinely care about children. We don't get everything right every time, but every time a disappointed customer or client leaves, we learn from it. And then we don't want to make that mistake again. And I believe in that. And so if you're going to continue to make the same mistakes, you can't stay with us. This is not for you. And but with that said, this space, we were doing trainings. We had fathers events and fathers meetings. It was just too much in our little space. And then with us running, so I started working, trying to lease this space. They said no, somebody else was getting it. Then that fell through, and another company was getting it, and that fell through, and another. And one Sunday, my attorney called and said, "Okay, the archdiocese wants to know if you still want this property." And I was like, "Oh yeah, I only wanted the classrooms. I didn't want 57,000 square feet. I just needed the classroom." She said, "Well, the kicker is you have to buy it," and I had no plans to buy that facility, but I was like, you know what? We're going to do it. Let's do it. Yeah. And I talked to my husband and we were overwhelmed, but everything fell into place. Everything fell into place. We're still working in the facility, but the classrooms are going and we're still working on the other. But all the little things I was doing in all the buildings, I can do it in this one facility now. The classrooms, the teen programs, the fathers programs, we can do it all and some. We're still working to get there, but it's coming.
Yeah, it is, and I'm impressed with that because you don't want to just you just don't want to be for the little kids. You want to be for the whole person.
It's the community.
Yeah, the community. And so I noticed because I visited recently and I noticed that it was during the summertime. So I noticed that there was you got camps going on.
Yes.
There. And so is it from your students or from the students in the community?
It's both. It's students that come from the community and students who return for the summer, and in different school districts now, but they can't return for the summer.
Mm-hmm.
This summer we had 93 students. I hired, we were able to hire 13 teens to work.
Oh, great.
I told my husband, we just didn't pay ourselves this whole summer from the spring to summer, so that we can make sure we had funding for the teens. We were looking for grants, but we just didn't get anything. But once the children make 13, it's really not a lot to do in our community. Mm-hmm. And if the students come and say, well, I just want to volunteer, or the parent, I don't want them to sit at home all day. Well, we're going to try to find some space for you. Go in and do your, and they get the training. We train them, and it's on the job training. But you know what, Anna, it's funny that the students who came up through that program, they make the best camp leaders.
I know they do. I know.
They know what to do. They know the songs. And remember, they know the line up. They know the tricks. And it's so funny to see it. Like, oh, and they tell you, oh, Miss such and such taught me that a long time ago, So,
You think they're not learning, but they really are learning, and they really are listening and observing. Children can tell you, when the teacher's absent, the children can tell the substitute what's going on.
That's how it is.
We don't do it this way. You know how they are. They tell on you. They're going to tell on you. But I am so grateful. Now I know that you do. We're going to break for a commercial, and then we're going to come back. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
Let's break for another little commercial. Now this one is a early childhood commercial, and I know you're going to truly, truly enjoy it.
Oh my goodness, the mailman came. I hope my sweet little thing cookie's in here. I just hope it's in here. Let me see. Let me open this up. That's it. Sweet little thing cookie. That sweet little thing cookie. Oh, I'ma have me a ball now. Let me just get this right here. Little thing cookie. That sweet little thing cookie. Oh, yeah. I finally got my cookies. This sweet little thing cookies. Oh, yeah. I'ma have fun. This package kind of big, though. Man, it got a lot of cookies. Oh, yeah. This the best thing ever. I'm trying to tell you, I got my cookies, and I'm going to eat these cookies, and ain't nobody going to stop me. Wait, what?
Marie, what you doing, man? You can't have those cookies right now. I'm sorry, we about to eat dinner. Once we finish dinner, then you can have those cookies. Go ahead, put them up.
Are you serious, bruh? I got sweet Listeine cookies, and now I gotta wait for dinner? Fine, can I at least look at the cookies? Thank you. Oh my goodness, I have waited all this time now. I gotta do all this. Fine. Oh yeah. I got my hands on some sweet Listeine cookies. But I can't eat them right now because bruh talking about I gotta wait to dinner. Okay, I'ma do that. But once I finish that, it's gonna be on, y'all. Wait a minute. Bruh talking about cooking some food. All this is a can of salmon and some frozen biscuit. Bruh cannot cook. I know he don't think I'ma eat this. Ain't no way. Bruh. Hey, bruh. Daddy. Where are you? You set me up, homie. You had me about to eat a can of salmon and some frozen biscuit. I'm not down with that. I want my sweet Listeine cookies. My sweet Listeine cookies. Carry cook. Is this what I'm saying?
I was born by the river, in a little old tent, just like that river I was running ever since. Mm. 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 Marie, hey man, it ain't what it's not what it thinks. I'm sorry. I was just gonna eat one cookie, but I ate them all. It's not my fault, Marie.
I know better than this. You trying to set me up?
That is so cute.
Oh, Lord, that's some friends of mine made that for me for
That is so
my dessert
cute.
business. I love it. I love it. It's got the puppets and everything because,
Yeah,
I really want to do things for everybody. So I want to have something for the children as well. So,
that is cute. Yeah, me want some cookies.
would you want some cookies?
Yes. Yes,
I
I
have
do
to,
want
next
cookies.
time I make some, I'll bring some. I'll bring some. But I wanted to let the audience know you have won numerous awards. Could you tell us a little bit about some of those awards that you have won
Okay.
or been recognized for? Things
Be
that you have been
recognized.
recognized
Well,
for.
one of the first big ones was the NACI accreditation, where we met and you helped us through that. Um, and I always tell everybody when you came out, and I'm such a stickler for every little thing, and you just finally said, Janice, you need to just stay out of it. Like you're never going to be accredited because I wanted everything to be perfect.
Perfect. Yeah.
And you just said,
It's
no,
not going
it's
to be.
not going to be perfect. You just strive to do better, and they want to see that you're working. And I had to step out of it because I was never satisfied with the way things were looking or appearing, and I know what I had in my plan. I heard, I think TD Jakes said you dreamed on something and you thought about it and it came to you in your sleep and you got up and you knew. Now you go try to tell somebody what you saw.
Right, right.
and it's hard. But I'm like, yeah, that's me. I'm like, oh, it's perfect. I know what to do. And you don't get what you put, because they didn't see that. So, but that was one, NACI, and we're really proud of that. Because at the time when we got it, I think it was only one other center that was in the south suburbs.
That's right.
And that was one of the larger corporations. So we were one of the first smaller business centers that, community centers that did it. And I think it was like University of Chicago facility so it was somebody, really large that we did it. And so thank you for that, because that kind of stepped us up and we kept moving from there. We were one of the first centers that were awarded the Preschool for All grant. We got 3 classrooms, and then that grew from there. So now we have 6 classrooms and another partnership with the school district. We were recognized by Tony Preckwinkle for a community center that for our outreach that we do with the community. And we were recognized by the Riverdale Park District and the Riverdale Mayor for that. We really are committed to our community. I work with our students, the family, and my staff. When you come and work for us, I want everybody to do better. I work to show my staff how to buy homes and how to invest in homes and how to get retirement planning, so I do those kind of things in order to make them better, to help them and their families. So we've been recognized a lot. We have it was hard to say, Anna, because we were, when you have a large family, everybody keeps you in your place, and it's kind of like, well, all those pieces of paper mean nothing. You still got work to do.
I know. That's what I tell people about your
Binder.
degree. Your degree is just a piece of paper. It's about what's in your heart.
Yeah.
It really is what's in your heart. But I can remember, and I'm gonna tell this story. I know you might not remember, but I can remember Janice coming to me and saying that the mayor, I think it was the mayor then, was wanting to know what she was doing with the children because they were coming to the regular school, the public school, and they were so advanced. Okay, I remember you telling me that, and they wanted to come they wanted to come and see. And so I want to talk a little bit about, since you kind of touched on it a little bit. I know that you're kind of in real estate.
Yes.
Okay. And so tell us a little bit about that as well.
Okay. So, yes, my husband and I are, I want people call me a serial entrepreneur because I do a lot of reading and I do a lot of reading and I like to learn all types of things. But our first home was a fixer upper,
Hmm.
and then we sold that home, and that got us off on that start. So we at one time I had as many as 32 tenants, but my husband is a licensed contractor, and he kind of does some of everything from plumbing to electric. We tell him he can fix it. Uh,
Hmm.
he has certification in automotive. He licensed to install heating and air systems. So that's why this big project was kind of good for him. But and I enjoy it. I enjoy going to auctions, buying properties. I enjoy the work. I don't do as much on my knees as I used to, but it was usually just he and I fixing up the houses, and so I'm used to uh, flooring and painting and patching walls.
I'm
My
just
father,
wondering why I am just not hearing about all this.
yeah, I can do all of those things. Now, I don't have to do them anymore because my knees are bad and I can't get them lighting anymore. I got these spots I'm crawling on them all the time. But no, we've done that. And my mom and one of my sisters, we partnered in a business also, and we also purchased property. So my husband and I had properties, and my mom, I was also in the corporation with my mom and my sister, and we also did the same thing.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting. That would be a nice little topic to maybe, other people might be interested in learning, how to go about that. Because I'm all about Black entrepreneurship
Mhm.
and, Black supporting each other in our
Mhm.
businesses and things like that. So that
Mhm.
might be, and I just feel like we need to, I think we could do better if we knew.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's my thing.
Yes.
And so that is one of the main reasons for this podcast, because I want to try to get the information.
And that's one of the things we want to do with the new space when we finish the other side, which we call legacy.
Uh-huh.
When we finish that, we do want to go back and do credit repair.
Hmm.
I have a community partnership with Chase Bank, and we have a guy that comes out and work with parents. But we want to start having more classes for that
Okay.
credit repair, and just sitting with the people, showing them how to do it. I don't think people intentionally, get their credit messed up. It's just you get caught up and things happen.
Yeah, you
But
do.
we
You do.
need someone, and sometimes people just need you to hold their hand through their process.
Because
And,
they
and
don't
I
know
and I
what to
enjoy
do.
doing that. I enjoy it. So
Yeah. They don't know what to do or
yes,
how to go about to do it.
and you feel defeated. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I have in the years we just celebrated 26 or 20, I think it's 26 years. But I've had about maybe 8 employees that we taught how to buy the homes and do the credit.
Hmm.
It hasn't been as many as I like, but we've done that, and I do want to do more of that.
Hmm.
I do want to do more of
Well,
that.
that's a good thing. It doesn't matter how many, if you just reach one person, to
Mhm.
me, that's a improvement, because that person will improve, and then in turn, it's like a trickle. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's
they
like a
do.
trickle. So, I am just I'm thrilled. I'm just
Mhm.
really thrilled to hear that. Now we are going to take one more commercial break.
Don't show me any cookies because I'm on some cookies.
But this one is not. This one is not on cookies, but
I,
yeah, but it's a little different.
okay.
All of my commercials are different. So
Mhm.
here we go.
The Homeschooling Interactive Magazine is a magazine that embraces and celebrates the entire homeschooling experience. Our magazine is different from all the rest because we provide beneficial information and assistance in homeschooling, business, wellness, mental health, resources, and life. We encourage you to pick up a copy of our magazine today on Amazon.com by simply searching the Homeschooling Interactive Magazine. The Homeschooling Interactive Magazine is all about impacting the world through home-based learning, helping to de-stress the homeschooling experience. Get your copy from Amazon today.
Alrighty, we are back. And I wanted to talk a little bit about, let me see, I wrote it down. And you can tell the audience what it means, because sometimes I get the acronyms or the letters
Oh,
switched
okay.
around. But BCDI, um,
Okay.
it is an organization. She's going to tell you what those stand for. I do know what each one of them. I think I do, but sometimes I mess up. So, would you tell them about that? How it got started, and what actually do you all do?
Okay, I'm happy to share that. That's BCDI. That's Black Child Development Institute, but it's part of a national organization, which is the National Black Child Development Institute. I'm a part of the Chicago affiliate. I'm the secretary, and I've been the secretary. I want to say 8 years now for the Chicago affiliate. Our president is Sharifa Walton, and they have been active. This has been a national organization. We're celebrating 52 years this year. We have a conference every year, national conference every year. This year, we're going to be in Charlotte. What the organization does is provide education surrounded around literacy and health and well-being for Black families, Black and Brown families. Um, they primarily focus on serving those families that have children age 0 through 3rd grade. We do provide books, free books, uh, do back to school drives. We do as an activity that we do with families. It's I think a 6-week project, and I'm drawing a blank on the name, but it's to help families learn how to work with your children at home. And you have a session. They have to commit every Saturday. And it was a Zoom. This last one was a Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
And the parents get an award at the end of it. But they interact with one another, um, and just share how they're going to work with their child, what their child needs, and the parents really share and help each other. So we have another one that's Read to Succeed. Read to Succeed is like a lending library. Years ago, the kids had a bag of books.
Mm-hmm.
Come and get the books. They take there's about 10 books in the bag. They keep that bag for like 10 days. Then they come back and change another bag. But it's allowing the parents to commit to reading with the children. We have a laundry cares program where you put books in the laundromat. They can come and get the books, and just their children are there with the parents. Gives them something to do, and the parents can read to them. And I stand behind that. I like that it's an organization that's surrounding parent involvement, children
Mm-hmm.
involvement, and reading and literacy. Reading takes you everywhere, and
It does.
I love reading. I read kind of some of everything. I read, and I have a stack of books by my bed. I still haven't got through, but everybody knows that. Like, what you want? What would you like for the gift? I have a book to buy for me because I'll get to it. One day I'll get to it. But it's a great organization. We have a lot of support from legislators. We had a legislative breakfast 2 Saturdays ago, and we had about maybe 5 legislators from Illinois that came.
Mm-hmm.
We had one of the national representatives that spoke. But it's a lot of stars that's involved, different movie stars. One year I was at the conference, and I don't know if you all remember the movie TV show Man Called Hawk.
Mm-hmm.
He was there, and I was sitting next to this man, and I was like, I know you from somewhere. He was so friendly. But when you have the national conference, literally, the stars, the legislators, Congress people, different funders, philanthropists. They're walking around because all of these people care about our children. And it just fills your heart to see that many of us speaking and communicating, saying what we can do for our kids. This last year, they were talking about the CARES Act, the Crown Act. Crown Act was a big push because so many children, our children, were being discriminated at school about the hair, cutting their locks, telling them to tie the hair up, or you can't wear your hair that way. And we were really pushing that. We helped with that, and that legislation did pass. So now this new one is I can't think of what that legislation is going to be called. We'll talk about it more when we go to national next. But it's about the body shaming that's being done to our Black and brown girls. You wear the school uniform. You can't wear a skirt because the way you made, they don't say it that way.
Right.
They have time after time showing examples of how our girls can't wear that shirt, or we can't wear that skirt, or that uniform type. You have to wear something else because of the way we made our hips, our body, our breasts, and they're treated unfairly. So I want to hear more about that because I experienced that. I have a niece now is in school, in high school in North Carolina. Well, they told her she can't wear jogging pants anymore. They told her her thighs are too big, and she can't wear jogging pants. So her mother said, well, you can't tell her not to, but it's just now it's this body shaming because the way it's made. Well, did you tell all the other kids they can't wear jogging pants? Well, so it's those types of things. But we stand behind those types of things that are affecting our children.
Yeah.
Well, and I love being a part of that organization.
Oh yeah, I've been to several of their meetings and everything. I would join, and I possibly will still join. It's just that my schedule is so over. And I'm the type of person, I don't know if you know, but I'm the type that when I get involved, I want to be involved. I don't want to just sit back. I'm not a sit back person. Okay.
Yes. Well, I see you. I was writing down all of these, the YouTube, the Facebook. I was trying to keep up with. You are extremely busy.
Yeah, I am very, and I have not done. I love doing my kids corner, and I haven't done that in a little while, and that is one of the things, because I want this podcast not to be for just adults, but it needs to be for families, and letting the family know what they can do with their children as well. So that I'm very fond. I'm very fond of that and doing those type of things as well. So I do have let me see, what's my next question for you? We're going to take another short break, and then I'm going to come back and ask you one last question, and I'll let you think about it while we're on the commercial break.
Okay.
It is what would you like to leave us with today? Okay. Let me get to my issues. This one here is cute.
Go. I want to flex my love. I want to impress. And I want to carry my love away.
Okay. We are back. So that you think about that. I made it short so you wouldn't have to think so long.
Oh, I know what anybody that I talk to, prayer. Prayer works. Prayer changes things. I believe it. You can't change my mind about it. I still pray in the morning. I pray every night still on my knees. And as long as I can get on my knees, I will be praying on my knees. I just remind people just to, things happen and everything is not the end of the world. I usually, when I pray and then I meditate, I usually get my answer. I don't go to bed worrying about things. If I go to bed worrying about it, I write it down. I get up, I write it down, tell myself I'll worry about it tomorrow, and I sleep well. So that's as much as I can tell anybody.
Well, that's a good thing. Prayer answers all things. I'm a spiritual person myself, and I do want to say that I put down at the bottom of the screen where you can get in contact with Jen, just for any of those things that she talked about. I'm sure that she can expound on them, as well as the daycare, the real estate. As you can see, she is a person that is doing extraordinary things. I have begged her to come on, yeah. I've asked her a long time ago, and I'm just so thankful that she
Mhm,
finally agreed to come, because I think, it might be somebody out there that is trying to start a daycare. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying?
mhm,
Uh, and
mhm,
and like I said, they're all different types. But I hope that this evening we
mhm,
have inspired you, and I hope that we have encouraged you, and I hope that we have empowered you to live a healthier lifestyle. We are going to close, and I always close with my three L's, but I'm going to ask Janet for you to hold on, don't go off. Uh, I,
Okay.
I do have a little routine that I got to go through to end the show.
Sure.
But
Sure.
I'm gonna put you backstage, and then we're gonna come and talk after I end the program and everything. So I always leave with my three L's, because I feel like the three L's are the epitome of life. So you want to live your life. The first one is live. So you want to live your life to the fullest. Make sure that you are doing those type of things in your life that bring you fulfillment, to make you happy. Because if you're happy and doing those type of things, then you will live a healthier lifestyle. The second one is to laugh. Make sure that you find somewhere in your life to laugh, because laughter is good for the soul. It does a whole, you can be so sad, and something will come along and just make you laugh. You try your best not to laugh, but you just breaks through, and you just got to do it. But it's good. You feel so much better after that. And then the last one is love. Love. Make sure you love. In the Bible, it says you should love everyone.
Mhm,
And I used to talk to my grandmother about loving everyone, and she said, "Baby, it's very difficult to love everyone." She said, "But you can love everyone. It's just that some people you have to love with a long wooden spoon." And so you keep that in mind when you come in contact with those people who kind of irritate you a little bit. You want to love them. They need your love the most. Okay. And then the most important thing is, don't forget to love yourself. Self love. Self love is the greatest love. So, with that being said, we are going to bid you adieu. And I hope that you have enjoyed sweet blessings, and make sure that you spread kindness in your day. Have a great one. Bye bye.